Okay, so let's just push this a little bit more. So now I'm going to really, when I step back from this drawing, I look at how light that is compared to my compositional shape. So now I'm getting away from my shape. So I'm going to just press down a little bit harder, tone this out. Again, it doesn't have to be so exact, but for the sake of me like teaching you, I want it to be like a little bit with what I'm kind of talking about here. So let me just kind of push this a little bit, add some like smaller windows as we go back into perspective. And you know, when we go back atmospheric perspective over here, we're not going to have much detail whatsoever. Depends on, you know, the clarity of the day. Okay, that's better. So now I'm like a little bit in sync. So basically what's going to happen over here where these buildings touch the sky will really kind of give us like a little bit more detail. So now let's do what I just said that we were going to do. I said we were going to lead your eye to a main character. So now we've got, we could put a main character right over here. So maybe this person is like walking. Okay, so what did I say in the previous tutorial with the compositional shape? I said your most important person is going to break the compositional line. So basically this is my compositional shape line, and this person is overlapping that. So now you can do the reverse gradation. You can do, they've got, you know, like dark legs against light, like street, and then you can put like a light source on them. So I'll try to do it with this eraser without destroying the drawing. You can give them like a rim light. So now that rim light would make them pop. So it's reverse. So light against dark, dark against light. Now the rim light isn't that powerful, but I think you definitely still see that this person is so popping against the whole scene. So maybe that's where I want you to look. And again, use some perspective and some value control. So now maybe I'm going to have some stones here in the street that kind of lead me right to him. So maybe there's like some cobblestones or something like that. Or maybe it could be the curb. Maybe this curb is like leading me to him. So I want to have more overlap. I don't want this image to be so perfect. So now maybe I'm going to have some of these tree branches. I could put like a little street light perhaps like right over here to break up that shape. I could you know, put a tree very lightly back over here, but it's going to be close to the guy, maybe a tree with no leaves. And now if I come over to the other side of the street, I could put some like lines that go back into perspective. But for the most part, what did we talk about earlier? We talked about compositional shape. And this is how I would use my compositional shape to create a solid image that stands out. Okay, I'm using line to lead my eye. I'm using tone. Okay, and you know, I could even do some like clouds, like I said, in the background that go back into perspective that way. And I could, you know, I don't want to render this drawing now because I want to give you another example, but I think this is good enough. This drawing is very impressionistic, and so this is how you confront a blank white sheet of paper.